All right, so a new survey of Americans' knowledge of religion found that atheists, agnostics, Jews, and Mormons outperform Protestants and Roman Catholics in answering questions about major religions. Now, while many of the respondents could not correctly give the most basic tenets of their own religion. Now, 45% of Roman Catholics who participated in the study didn't know that according to church teaching, the bread and wine used in Holy Communion is not just a symbol, but actually becomes the literal body and blood of Christ. Now, more than half of Protestants could not identify Martin Luther as the person who inspired the Protestant Reformation. And about 4 in 10 Jews did not know that Maimonides, sorry if I'm butchering the name, one of the greatest rabbis and intellectuals in history, was Jewish. The survey was released a couple of weeks ago by the Pew Forum on Religion and Public Life, and it was aimed to test a broad range of religious knowledge, including understanding of the Bible, core teachings of different faiths, and major figures in religious history. The U.S. is one of the most religious countries in the developed world, especially compared to largely secular Western Europe, but faith leaders and educators have long lamented that Americans still know relatively little about religion. Respondents to the survey were asked 32 questions with a range of difficulty, including whether they could name the Islamic holy book and the first book of the Bible, or say that what century the Mormon religion was founded. On average, participants in the survey answered correctly overall for half the survey questions. Atheists and agnostics scored the highest, with an average of 21 correct answers, while Jews and Mormons followed with about 20 correct responses. Protestants overall averaged 16 correct answers, and Catholics, well, you scored the lowest with about 15 average. Not surprisingly, those who said they attended worship at least once a week and considered religion important in their lives often performed better on the overall survey. However, level of education was the best predictor of religious knowledge. The top performing groups on the survey still came out ahead, even when controlling how much schooling they had completed. Now, on questions about Christianity, Mormons scored the highest, with an average of about 8 correct answers out of 12, followed by white evangelicals with an average of just over 7 correct answers. Jews, along with atheists, agnostics, knew the most about other faiths such as Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism. Less than half of Americans know about the Dalai Lama being Buddhist, and less than 4 in 10 know that Vishnu and Shiva are a part of Hinduism. Now, the study also found that many Americans don't understand constitutional restrictions on religion in public schools, while a majority know that public school teachers cannot lead class in prayer. Less than a quarter know that the U.S. Supreme Court has clearly stated that teachers can read from the Bible as an example of literature. So many Americans think the constitutional restrictions on religion in public schools are tighter than they really are. And the survey of a little over 3,400 people conducted between May and June of this year had a margin of error of minus 0.25 percent points, while the margins of error for individual religious groups was a little higher. Now, I took that from the MSNBC website almost word for word, just in case any of you hadn't actually taken the time to read it or didn't want to take the time to read it. Now, I can't say that I find this... sorry, my phone's ringing, but I'm going to ignore it for a moment. I don't find this...
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't find this at all surprising, considering if you have spent any time talking between atheists and theists, or, you know, watching any of their videos, you know that atheists often call out Christians or any specific religion on their lack of knowledge in their own faith. And so, yeah, like I said, I don't find this study at all surprising. And so I just want to hear your thoughts on it. So if you'd either post your comments below, submit a video response, I greatly appreciate it. And always, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Peace.